Hey, everybody, this is Jeremy. This is Jets Chaos. And what is going on with the meteor-like rise of Membou? This guy came out of nowhere after the combines and exploded. And now the Jets world is going nuts, losing their minds. Half of them want to grab this guy because he's going to be the next all-pro right tackle. And most of those people never even watched his film. And then you have the other half that's saying, are you out of your mind? Who are we going to throw the ball to? Malachi Corley, who couldn't even get on the field. Alan Lazard, whose hands are made of butter. And then we picked up this guy Reynolds for a couple of $1 million, and his hands are even worse than Lazard. You might not know that, but the guy has a career 50% reception to target ratio. It's ridiculous. Sometimes, you don't dislike what you don't know, right? So Lazard, you remember the drops, so you hate him. But forget about Reynolds. He drops everything thrown at him. But that's neither here nor there. And we didn't pay Reynolds $14 million a year, did we? We didn't. So there's that. Anyway, back to Membou. Do we take him? Do we take him at 7? Well, here's the reasons why you could take him. Here's the arguments for why. Very clear arguments. We need a right tackle. He's athletic. He looks good. By the way, I said I made fun of people and poked at you for not watching his film. His film's pretty good. He has some things he has to work on, but it's pretty good. He could very well might end up being a very good, better than average right tackle, maybe even an all-pro right tackle. Probably at worst, average, but probably not horrible, especially running attack. This is a strong guy. This is an athletic guy. He could do it all. He could play out, you want to use him in an outside zone scheme because he has the capability of doing it. He can get to the second level. You could shift him around. You could do that little thing where you come and you stunt over to the other side. You could do all that great stuff with him. He's also pretty powerful and strong. I've seen him just manhandle and push people aside. So you could run at him and he can help create that hole. So there's a lot of things he can do, a lot of arguments to take him, a lot of arguments not to take him. Look, normal year, different years, none of the guys we're talking about would go at 7. This is the reality. It's not a top-heavy draft. So if we pick at 7, we're going to get a guy who's probably normally in most years wouldn't be number 7. It means nothing. Because if they end up being a great player, none of that matters. The argument for wide receiver, very strong. And here's why. Same argument as offensive tackle. It's not a deep draft in those two positions. So if you don't go in the first round, you're gambling that the guy you like will be in the second round. I think if we don't take Membou in the first round, there's a good chance a guy like Josh Connolly will be there. Ursary from Minnesota will be there. Ozzie Trapilo will almost certainly be there, but he might be more of a third-round pick, right? So that might maybe a trade down a little bit in the second round. So there's possibilities. There's the argument that you can get a tackle later on is true. You can, but it's a little bit riskier. As wide receiver is risky as well, which is why I think we have to go in one of those two directions if we pick at 7. Because the other positions, tight end, defensive tackle, deep in those positions. Then again, I'm not going to cry if you take Tyler Warren because I understand he's a safe, solid pick. But deep positions, very easy to fill those positions. Remember, we have 2 other high-quality picks, 42, and I think it's 72 or 73. High-quality picks, going to get a lot of help in those picks. Best scenario, obviously, is to trade down. I don't think there's any argument to that. That's what I think most fans would want to see. You trade down to 20, you take Golden, you take Loveland, you fill one of those spots. I would rather take the wide receiver, again, because tight end is deeper. Then in this, if you take wide receiver then and you trade it down, now you have 2 picks in the second round. Now you could take Trapilo. Now, or hope that one of those other guys slip. Kelvin Banks could be a pick at 20, and then maybe you get Jaden Higgins in the second round at wide receiver, who could be good. I think what we really should do probably is really focus in on wide receiver / offensive tackle with our first 2 picks, and then let the fight begin on what we should do in round 3. Let me know if you agree in the comments. If you don't, that's fine. You're allowed not to disagree. We don't have to hate each other. There's lots of different things we could do. But one thing you could definitely do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, support the channel. I'm trying to make these videos for you now every day again. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Let the chaos begin. Take care.